Beautiful. Mother is giving 100% marks to Shavendu for this line. She is a teacher. She is putting in the notebook 100 out of 100. Beautiful. See. A hope stolen that hardly dared to be amid the nights forlorn indifference. So night where nothing can be seen, some kind of a hope is there because there is a possibility of the God touch operating here. And then he says, as if solicited in an alien world, with timid and hazardous instinctive grace, orphaned and driven out to seek a home, an errant marvel with no place to live, into a far off nook of heaven there came a slow, miraculous gesture, dim the appeal. Now this is a very complex comparison. The simile itself is a very complex simile. We see it in more detail, but let me explain to you quickly what this means. See, the main sentence is this. Into a far off nook of heaven there came a slow, miraculous gesture, dim appeal. Well, that can be understood. In the background of what is happening, things are growing up slowly and waking up, and therefore into a far off nook of heaven there came a slow, miraculous, dim appeal. Yes, let us start, let us make move, that kind of a thing, stir, beginning, you see. So this is the main thing. But how it came, he is giving a comparison. The way the errant marvel tries to find out a place to live in an alien world. A marvel which has lost its way is trying to find out a home, a place to live in a foreign land, in an alien world. It is in that manner this miraculous gesture appeal is coming. Now, this sentence is like this. See, the main verb here is solicited first, and then the subject of this verb is errant marvel. So the sentence is an errant marvel solicited. That's all. The simplest language, the simplest grammatical construction is an errant marvel solicited. It is waiting, looking for something. It is trying to get some kind of a help. Marvel has lost its way and it is soliciting some help to live, to go and live, be somewhere there. Where it sought a place to live in an alien world. An errant marvel is seeking a place to live in an alien world. So it's a very complex grammatical construction, you see. Very powerful also, you see. An alien marvel with no place to live, well, these are subsidiary clauses. An alien marvel with an alien marvel solicited. That's all. It is in that manner this appeal is seen here. Slow, miraculous gestures, dim appeal. It is looking for something. The way the marvel is looking for something. Alien marvel is looking for something. As if solicited in an alien. See how grammatically he has complicated the whole thing. You have to really pay great attention to the construction. That is the art of Savitri, the poetic art. It becomes very rich, it becomes very powerful also, very evocative. It becomes very evocative, you see. An alien marvel, an errant marvel is looking for something, what? For a place to live. Where? In an alien world. And while it is looking, it is soliciting some kind of a help. Please help me. So the way in which the errant marvel is looking, in that manner, this dim appeal. The prescient thrill of a transfiguring touch persuaded the inert black quietude, again that black quietude, and beauty and wonder disturbed the feelings of God. So that is the God touch. the persistent thrill of a transfiguring touch. We may remember that Shivandu puts together quietude, beauty, wonder. Beauty, wonder, quietude. They seem to be the beginning of the manifestation of the divine in the inconscient. That is a necessary condition for the manifestation to come out. Beauty, wonder, quietude. Quietude, prashant, beauty, saundarya, wonder, adbhuta. They had to be adbhuta, wonderful, you see. So all these things are there, present there, and they are the real beginning of things. In other words, it is as if Satchidananda himself is present there. And it is he who is trying to come out of that, you see. Beauty, wonder, quietude, you see. Quietude you can kind of equate with Sat. Beauty you can equate with Chit, consciousness, life, force. Wonder with bliss, joy, happiness, you see. We may remember that Shivandu puts together quietude, beauty and wonder. They seem to be at the beginning of the manifestation of the divine in the inconscient. So really who is coming out of the inconscience? Who is really coming out of the inconscience? It is Satchidananda himself who is trying to emerge out of inconscience. Out of the inconscience, it is Satchidananda himself who is trying to come out, you see. It started like that, quietude, beauty and wonder. Well, that is the basis of Satchidananda, you see. A wandering hand of pale enchanted light that glowed along the failing moments of spring, fixed with gold panel and representing a gate of dreams ajar on mysteries worlds. So the gate is now slowly opening out, so to say. A wandering hand of pale enchanted light, because he is coming from far away like that glowed along a fading moment's brink, that is moment here, fixed with gold panel and opalescent hinge. Sometime later on we see some of these paintings also. One lucent corner, windowing hidden thing, force the world's blind immensity to sight. So that coming, that appearance, it is really forcing you. The Satchidananda is trying to come out. It is forcing you to see things beyond now. For the world's blind immensity to sight, the darkness failed and slipped like a falling cloak from the reclining body of a god. So you can imagine a God wearing a robe and the robe is slipping off from his body, you see. It's one of the most original images, similes anywhere in the literature. The darkness failed and slipped like a falling cloak from the reclining body of a god. He is replying, the robe is slipping out. So the darkness has just cannot disappear by itself. Well, reclining body of a god, reclining body of a god. It is the inconscient Vishnu in the Patala, in the lost creation. He is asleep there, and as if his clothes are not slipping out, he is coming out from that. The inconscient Vishnu is waking up. Then to the pallid rift that seemed at first hardly enough for a trickle from the sun, outpour the revelation and the flame. So that little opening was made, the gate was kept ajar, and to that window, to that opening, that little slit which is available now, outpour the revelation and the flame. That is the awakening of the consciousness there itself directly, you see. Outpour the revelation from above is coming down. The brief perpetual sign recurred above. And the mother says, it is the most poetic way of describing the waking of the consciousness to invisible thing. But why this waking up? What has created or given birth to this waking up. Shivandu says, the darkness fell and slipped like a falling cloud from the reclining body of God. A God has come down upon earth to wake it up to the inner consciousness. We could say that this was the first avatar. God has come down to wake up the consciousness. Now, of course, she says here first avatar in a slightly different way than what she also says. When the horror of total separation was seen, the four powers had gone so far away from the origin that the Divine Mother was asked to plunge herself again into that thing, and that became the descent of the power of love in the inconscience. That love is the first avatar in that sense, you see, in the evolutionary sense. But here she says in terms of consciousness, you see, a God had come down upon earth. A God had come down upon earth, that is the avatarhood. To wake up the inner consciousness, we could say that this was the first avatar. It is coming down to the first avatar to wake up the earth to consciousness. That is to bring an intensity of consciousness and realization into the inconscient world. The revelation in the flame outpoured, the revelation in the flame. That is the first avatarhood. That is obviously the description or the appearance of the first avatar. It starts from that because he puts then through the palette drift that seemed at first hardly enough for a trickle from the sun, outpoured the revelation of the flame, the revelation of the flame, and the brief perpetual sign recurred above. The sign of the avatars coming. The double triangle. It is that which is blazing up in the sky. Shivandu's symbol. The brief perpetual sign recurred above. This is the sign of the avatar coming down upon the earth. A glamour from the unreached transcendences. I descend to the glory of the unseen. I descend to the glory of the unseen. You are not able to see the unseen, but still you are seeing the glory, you see. A glamour from the unreached transcendences. I descend to the glory of the unseen. A message from the unknown invisible light, ablaze upon creation's quivering edge. Dawn built her aura of magnificent hues, the colors of the morning, and buried the seeds of grandeur in the hours. That is the coming of the avatar, the dawn. Usha, Ritambhara, who is full of truth consciousness. An instant visitor, the Godhead shone. The Godhead is an instant visitor at the moment. On life's thin border, a while the vision stood, the vision that Usha, that dawn, she's standing up on the border of life and bent over earth's pondering forehead curve, interpreting the recondite beauty and blaze in colors, hieroglyphs of mystic sense, in words, the lines of a significant in telling of a greatness of spiritual dawn, a brilliant code pen with sky for the page. The whole sky is there for writing a story, you see. That perhaps the sky also is not sufficient. It is not big enough for her to write the whole story, you see. This is the description of the first contact of the light from above, bringing an unknown message. A revelation and a flame, and then what is the message?